Are you paying too much in taxes? Elevated Tax and Accounting is a firm that specializes in tax planning and strategy to minimize your tax bill. Elevated Tax consult with you on tax strategy throughout the year, so no more waiting until the end of the year and hoping for the best. As a business owner, you know your sole focus should be spent working on your business, not in it. Outsourcing gives you the time to concentrate on the core reasons you started your company, to create and innovate a top-tier product and generate profits. Elevated Tax and Accounting, elevating you and your business with a modern professional touch.
Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
What's up, man?
How's it going, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, thanks for doing this for me. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nothing complicated. We'll just talk about your recruiting process and Gallatin football and all that sort of stuff. Looks like I already have recorded. Okay, one second, I'll get us going.
Yeah.
Our recruiting coverage continues across the state of Montana. We check in now with one of the recent commits to the Montana State Bobcats and one of the top returning seniors in the state of Montana. Carter Dahlke, our guest. He is a senior-to-be at Bozeman Gallatin and recently committed to Montana State just a couple weeks ago. Carter, thanks for being here, man. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me, sir. I appreciate it.
First of all, let's talk about just sort of the lead up to this recruiting. I know that you had a huge junior year and you've had a lot of interest from across the region. Take us through the decision to choose Montana State and sort of everything that led up to it.
Yes, sir. So I was blessed to get the offer during the playoffs last year. Got a nice call from Coach Vegan. Then I got offered later by Montana pretty shortly after, and then Air Force a little longer down the road. So, blessed to have those offers and then be able to take visits to those places this spring before finally, going down and making a decision 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
When you're on a visit, what sort of things are you looking at? Are you looking at just the football stuff? You looking at the academic stuff? What sort of things were you trying to learn about on your visits?
Well, for sure you're there because you're a football player. But at the end of the day, it's not football that's going to last forever. So for me, looking at the academics, how's this place going to set me up? What are the staff and the school going to do to help me become the best person I can be? So looking at just more than just football for me was a big thing. At Montana State Montana State, that's kind of where it made the move that's where I wanted to be was great academics, love the staff, and then being able to, stay at home was something that I couldn't just pass up on.
Well, there's a lot of guys that get recruited out of the state of Montana that have been in Montana their whole lives, but you actually moved to Montana, what, 6th or 7th grade? Is that right?
Yep, moved here. My dad was in the Air Force.
Okay.
So moved here, about 6 years ago.
Okay, cool. So when did you start becoming like a college football fan and a Bobcat fan?
Well, it took me a few years. We came from Stillwater, Oklahoma, so I was a Oklahoma State fan for a little bit. Moved here and was still watching those games. But after a few years, friends take you to the games, and then you slowly become a Bobcat fan. And then especially seeing what Coach Vegan did, taking this to one of the best programs in the FCS, it's been super, super addicting to watch and just to be a part of this fan base.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to watch sort of the incremental and then rapid rise of the Cats, right? Like Coach Choate laid a great foundation, but then Brett Vegan has just been able to totally elevate it. So is that something that they use in their recruiting pitch to you and some of the other prospects? Is just to sort of continue to be a part of the rise of the Bobcats?
Oh, for sure. As a Bobcat, that people, especially with the new era of college football, people are going to come and go. Coaches are going to come and go, but what Montana State just has as a foundation, you're always going to be in the hunt for a national championship. And that was something that they showed me, and you can't really just miss that opportunity. It's something, you want to be a part of for sure.
Carter Dahlke joining us here on Nuanez Now, ESPN Radio, as well as SWX Montana Television and the ESPN MT app, or maybe you're tuning in on Skyline Sports. We appreciate you tuning in no matter how you're joining us. Carter, a senior to be at Bozeman Gallatin High School and a recent commitment to the Montana State Bobcats. Several Bobcats on your coaching staff there at Gallatin as well. So I'm sure those guys, I mean, they've obviously had an influence on you as a coach, but I mean, what does a guy like JP Flynn say? He's probably pretty excited you're staying home to be a Bobcat.
Yeah, him and Coach Yates were definitely excited. Coach Yates was kind of always in the ear about, when you're going to commit. But watching how they've affected me, it's been super awesome. Great guys, great football players. And to be able to join something that, they've been a part of, it's special. And to see their influence, on other people and how Montana State has built them, as a football player and as a person, it's been great to have them in my corner for sure.
Well, and they're both just such good young coaches too, right? So I'm sure they've helped you just develop as a football player as well.
For sure. Yes, sir.
Tell us about the defensive side, because first of all, is Montana State there? Are they projecting you as an offensive guy?
Yeah, as a slot.
Yeah, so that's a perfect fit for you, and I think you're going to fit right into sort of the role that maybe Taco Daller's playing right now. But I'm fascinated with your defensive stuff. Watching you last year, man, they moved you around all over the place, and you did all sorts of things. I mean, it's pretty startling to see a guy that plays defensive back have 7 or 8 sacks, like he did 10-plus tackles for loss. So just talk about the way that Gallatin's used you here defensively these last couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. I think, as a freshman, I was able to see the field early with defense, and especially like as a sophomore. But as I've gone through this program, just the trust they've given me and, the freedom to let me play with my instincts and to roam around and do what I do, it's been great. To see them have that trust in me. And I think it's built me, even as an offensive guy, just like tackling ain't easy, especially when you're 5'9". So it's kind of toughened me up and grown me, on the offensive side, where now I'm not as scared as getting tackled. I'm not as scared as in contact or stuff like that. So I think defense has, had a great impact on me in my high school career for sure.
And offensively, it seems like the system that Coach Flynn's running is pretty conducive to getting you ready to translate to the next level. So just tell me about that part. I mean, how much do you think just sort of the diversity that you've been able to experience offensively helps you for the college level?
It's been awesome having him move me around, especially a lot last year where I'm playing running back, I'm playing slot, I'm playing outside receiver. It's the ability to get me the ball in different spaces. It's allowed me to grow as a playmaker, and, to be in different spots with the ball. Flynn's, I think, the best coach. Just offensively, he's a mastermind with his stuff. So getting me in open space has been something that has been great for me, and what Coach Mix at MSU has like really noticed, and he's been talking about how he wants to use me in similar ways. So that's also, the way that MSU wants to use me is a lot like how Coach Flynn uses me. So it's been great to, see that interlap and see how my future is going to be very similar.
Big Stat Breakdown, proudly presented by the Bobcat Collective at Montana State. The Bobcat Collective is the NIL collective that serves Montana State University student athletes. The collective has partnered with Montana State to connect fans, alumni, businesses, and local nonprofits with Montana State student athletes. Opportunities through the collective allow student athletes to earn compensation while serving the greater Montana State University community. Sign up now for memberships and enjoy automatic entry into raffles for free tickets while supporting the bright minds at Montana State. They have multiple different membership tiers, and you can also be a one-time supporter, and you can also business partner or corporate supporter. Visit bobcatcollective.com for more.
You were recently arrested, and now you're wondering, do I need to hire a criminal defense attorney? And the answer is yes, you do. This is not the time to gamble with your future and with your freedom. Here at Ryan & Miller, we have over 40 years of experience with criminal defense, and we take it very seriously that we protect our clients' rights. So if you have any questions and want to know how our team can help you, make sure to give us a call today.
Carter Dahlke joining us here on Nuanez Now. Just being a part of this rise of Gallatin too, that must have been fun for you and your brother too, right? I mean, you guys are sort of on the ground floor of a new high school that's become one of the best programs in the state in pretty short order.
Yeah, so I'm blessed to have a brother who is 5 years older than me. So I've been here since the jump watching Gallatin. You know,
Nice.
I remember the first season against Belgrade, watching that game and them beating Belgrade by 1 for the first win of their season, and to watch the program make the jumps that they've made. It's been special to be a part of, and I think you gotta give the credit to the coaches, Coach Chandler, Coach Flynn, Coach Yates. They've just done some incredible stuff for Gallatin, and I would hate to not be a part of it. So I'm very grateful, to see Gallatin. But now, I'm 0-3 in the semifinals as a high school player. So now we gotta make another jump this year. Get over that hump, beat Jackson finally before he's my quarterback. So just this year we're just gotta focus on, getting over the next hump and just keep improving myself and keep improving for the team and hopefully win the chipper this year.
Totally. I mean, that must be the goal then for you guys coming into your senior year.
Yes, sir.
So now making this choice and having this sort of off your plate, does that sort of relieve some pressure going into your senior year?
Yeah, for sure. I think now I can finally focus on Gallatin again and focus on improving myself to be the best that I can be for Gallatin. So to have that choice made, I'm very thankful for the whole process, and it was a lot of fun. But it's time to lock back in, and you're still a high school football player at the end of the day for one more year. So just helping your team before you go to the next level. I'm definitely focused on that right now, and it's definitely nice to get the choice off my shoulders.
Being in this industry since I was in college, one of the things I think we take the most pride in is Aspen Sound's been such a presence in Missoula for almost 40 years. The cool parts about our job is people always ask me, what do you do for a living? I sell fun, whether it's as simple as window tint all the way up to integrating a backup camera into a factory screen. I'm usually pretty excited about the options we can present to
Hey everybody, we're Cash One Pond. We're ready, we got your back, and we're unbeating all the rest of them. Here we go, you ready? Well, you want money, we got money. You need money, we got money. We're Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond. Money to lend, money to spend. We can put money in your hands. We're Cash One Pond. We're Cash One Pond. You don't have to worry sometimes when you're a little broke and you just need something to get over the hill. We're there with the truck. We got your back. We're Cash One Pond. Come down and see us. Cash One Pond. We're Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond. We're Cash One Pond. Cash One Pond.
Well, super cool for you, and it's super cool to know where you're going. I got to ask you about when you visited the Air Force Academy, though, because the academies are fascinating to me, and that's such a great honor to even be able to get recruited by any of the academies. So, what was it like going down there? I mean, you mentioned your dad's in the Air Force, and he played there. So, was that pretty cool, just being in Colorado Springs and checking out what they had to offer?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was lucky enough to go down there twice. I just came back a couple of weeks ago. Great staff, great program. But the academies, it's more than just football there.
For sure.
Just have a ton of respect, especially coming from Air Force family, for just the Air Force in general. So definitely blessed and thankful that they, made that offer. But yeah, it was awesome to see. Once again, just got a ton of respect for just all the academies, especially the Air Force Academy. And I'm always going to be rooting for them, as my father will too. So, definitely hoping the best for those guys.
No doubt. Well, when it comes to just now having this weight off your shoulders and making this decision and sort of knowing that it's real, has it set in yet? I mean, has it set in that now you're going to be a Division I football player once your high school career is over?
It's starting to. This is obviously something a lot of kids dream about. and I was dreaming about it, since I started playing football, just to play at the next level. It's something I'm very thankful for, and I'm very excited for the future. But right now it's kind of we got to focus on Gallatin until the season's over, and then I'm definitely gotta improve and get better, to where I can be a solid college athlete. But it's definitely something that I'm super excited about and I'm super thankful for. But it's time to settle back in and lock in on high school for now.
Well, I'm jacked up about high school football. I can't believe it's right around the corner, and it's going to be a super fun year to cover across the ranks of AA. Carter Dahlke, one of the best players in the state, joining us here on Nuanez Now. Carter, thanks for taking the time, man. Really appreciate it. Good catching up, and best of luck with your senior year. We'll be in touch, but thanks for being here today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Our entire team at Ryan and Miller appreciates every client that comes to us. Getting to help them one-on-one with their individual case means the world to us. So thank you to all of our clients who contact us and come to us for their legal services. We appreciate it.